welcome everybody to this week's Market Share, the short weekly segment brought to you by MKR, where we bring you all the noteworthy news and updates surrounding digital media and the world today. I'm your host Genevieve, and we've got some fabulous stories for you today, so let's get started. First up, let's talk about the NBA and how they've used scrapbook storytelling to engage new fans, specifically in Europe. Their campaign to attract new, younger fans across Europe is called ABC of NBA, and aims to lessen the gap in fandom between soccer and basketball, even by just a little bit. Some of the largest pain points in finding a new sport to watch and enjoy are the acronyms and weird terminologies associated with the sport, which can take forever to learn and be overwhelming and boring as well. The crux of the campaign focuses on telling the story of the organization from A to Z in a fun and creative way, while also connecting to social media via the voiceover talent of Jesse Chukwu. The new encyclopedia taps into the golden 90s era of the sport, which brings the nostalgia of Space Jam and Michael Jordan, but also makes sure to stay relevant with new audiences today. The scrapbooking part of this marketing tactic basically just pieces together old and new references with overlain bold graphics, which very much goes along with the nostalgia trend that has been having its moment in advertising recently. This is a wonderful example of finding what your target market needs and using that as an extra push to bring them into your community. Next up, for another dose of nostalgia, retailer Claire's is looking to establish the name as a brand rather than a dusty old mall store. For any women who grew up in the 90s or early 2000s, Claire's was the place for first ear piercings, fruit-flavored lip gloss, and glittery scrunchies. But after the company filed for bankruptcy in 2018, the company reinvented itself by branching out to Parisian boulevards, Walmart, and the metaverse, which for the demographic is quite fitting. Claire's latest campaign, called The Collab, is a year-long effort to connect with the next generation of youth, aka Gen Zalpha, by putting them front and center in the campaign as stars and co-creators of the content. The cast ranges from age 7 to early 20s. They model Claire's spring collection and contribute to the campaign based on their occupations in real life. For example, the dress worn by a fashion designer is her own design, while a professional documentarian captures behind-the-scenes photography and footage. In reinventing themselves, Claire's has tightened up what the brand stands for, which Claire's CMO Kristen Patrick says has always been about self-expression. From their series aimed to connect with their audience named Dear Claire, to allowing AI to curate customers' piercing looks, to entering the metaverse on Roblox. Claire's is not the store we used to know, but they certainly are doing everything they can to reach and connect with their target audience. Last up today, Wendy's is looking to spend $55 million on breakfast ads over the next 2 years, with the hope that it will boost sales in the day part by $6,000 per restaurant. Breakfast is seen as a potential sales driver with low marginal labor costs. So the company is hoping that by promoting this specific section of the business, they could drive up breakfast sales in the US and Canada by 50%, and overall improve the restaurant economic model. Late-night dining was also a substantial sales driver in 2023, but it's unlikely that it will continue to have the same growth rate moving forward. Yes, Wendy's is one of the biggest fast food chains, but compared to a company like McDonald's, especially for breakfast, they definitely have some mileage to make up for, particularly when you look at the fact that Wendy's US sales increased half as much as McDonald's did in 2023. So Wendy's, we'll see how this marketing investment goes, but apologies that I will be eating my McMuffin as I wait. That's it for this week's Market Share. My name's Genevieve, and I'll see you all next week. Claire's was the place for first ear piercings, all of these are tongue twisters, which Claire's CMO Kristen Patrick?
What is